All right, Larry Krueger here at Levi's Stadium for the Pig and a Pickle Crew Show with a little 49er video recap as the Niners roll to 10-4 with a win today over the Tennessee Titans. And of course, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle. The best barbecue in all of Northern California is Pig and a Pickle. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're soon to open in Petaluma. And it's great barbecue. Check them out. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. We should also tell you 49er football season is presented by Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform in the world. One-stop shop. You get blazing fast news, real-time stats, group chats, season-long leagues, and of course, Sleeper picks. For daily fantasy, use promo code Larry. Sleeper will match your first deposit up to $100. Links in the description. Terms and conditions do apply. All right, the 49ers putting the final touches on this one. They're going to roll to 10-4, and they're going to have a date next week with Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts, who lost today to Seattle, but they gave a valiant effort for sure. But let's talk a little bit about this one. Niners, Tennessee got the ball first. Niners stopped them, and the 49ers scored on their first possession. It was a 12-play, 70-yard drive that took over 6 minutes. Purdy found J.J. on a 4-yard strike to make it 7-0 49ers. So it stayed that way until Joey Sly made a 25-yard field goal to make it 7-3. That capped a 10-play drive. The key play on that drive was Tony Pollard's 25-yard reception on a really nice play. It was a big key play there for Pollard. He got a 21-yard reception on huge play there. Then on the second drive, Niners went 7 plays, 70 yards. CMC scored from 1 yard out to make it 14-3. The key play on that drive was Purdy found Kittle for 24 yards on 2nd and 9 to keep that drive alive, and then eventually CMC scored. So the Niners had an early lead. It was 14-3 early. Tennessee scored a touchdown in the second quarter when Cam Ward threw a beautiful laser to Gunnar Helm. Niners were in a zone. Helm slipped right in there between the second and third level defenders, and Ward put it on his hands. 34-yard pass play, and that made it 14-10 49ers. So you thought, okay, maybe Tennessee's going to make a game of this. 49ers, though, in their third drive would take it 14 plays, 50 yards in about a little bit under 7 minutes, and Eddie Pinheiro made a 33-yard field goal to make it 17-10. So at that point, the big play there, that was a big drive for Ricky Pearsall. Pearsall was big on that drive. He really looked good on the drive. He made 2 or 3 catches on the drive and really was key. And then, so at that point, 49ers with a 17-10 lead, but Tennessee would drive at the end of the second quarter. Joey Sly would miss a 50-yard field goal. So it was 17-10 49ers at halftime. Niners would get the ball to begin the third quarter, and they immediately scored 4 plays, 67 yards. Purdy found Jennings for a 13-yard pass to make it 24-10 49ers. On their fifth drive, the Niners went from their own 5-yard line, and Purdy eventually found Kittle on a 1-yard pass to make it 34-10 49ers. And at that point, it looked like it was going to be an absolute rout. But instead, Purdy fumbled early in the fourth quarter, and that gave Tennessee new life. And then Cam Ward had a 43-yard deep ball to Van Jefferson, and then a 1-yard touchdown pass to Jeffrey Simmons, of all people, and it was 31-17. Eddie Pinheiro would come on and kick a 51-yard field goal. Actually, he would miss the field goal. There was a penalty on Jeffrey Simmons for unnecessary roughness, so that kept the drive going. Eventually, Pinheiro would connect from 37 yards out to cap an 8-play drive to give the Niners a 34-17 lead. Tony Pollard would score a 6-yard touchdown on a 10-play drive to make it 34-24, and the 49ers have just kicked a field goal to make it 37-24. And that's where this thing is going to end, 37-24 49ers. A 10-play drive there at the end for the clinching field goal, but Eddie Pinheiro makes another late field goal to make it 37-24, and with about a minute left to play, the Niners have a nice 13-point lead, and it looks like they're going to roll to their 10th win. Now, overall, I would say it was a good performance from Ricky Pearsall. His best performance in a while. He looked good in this game. Brock Purdy had a good game, for sure. Demarcus Robinson had a strong performance. 49ers defense did just enough. CMC in a complimentary role really looked good. Kittle had a good day. So overall, 49ers with a nice win over the Tennessee Titans, 37-24. 49ers now 10-4, and they will take what could be their final road trip of the year this next week to Indianapolis. Because if the Niners can somehow win out, there's a very good chance the 49ers could wind up with the number 1 seed and not have to leave Levi's Stadium at any point in the playoffs. So big day today for Ricky Pearsall. I think that was really the one. Pearsall had to have a big day, and he did. The Niners need Ricky Pearsall to be a good player for them if they're going to be a team that's going anywhere. So, between Pearsall, Watkins, Cowing, that's the speed they have at receiver, and they need Pearsall as a first-round pick to step up, and he did. He got hurt, looked like he got hurt with an ankle injury on the very first catch, his very first catch of the day, but he came back, overcame it, and had a tremendous day. I don't have the final numbers for Ricky, but overall, good day for Ricky. He made number of catches and really looked good in the process. So overall, I think it's a good win for the 49ers. I mean, I think the offensive line, I thought Brock Purdy really moved well in this game too. Purdy, moved around, and he doesn't look like he's not showing any ill effects of the turf toe. So, does Brock have a turf toe issue? Yeah, he does. Is it going to get better? Well, they say it isn't, but he moved around well in this game. So the fact that he's moving well, he's playing well, he's throwing accurately, he's showing arm strength, and the 49ers offensively, I mean, they're going to have to. Their defense is not spectacular. They're going to have to. Really score some extra points offensively. If the Niners want to be a team that has a deep playoff run, it's going to have to be fueled by the offense. And so for the offense today to put up 37 was a great sign. So we'll see what they can do next week against Indianapolis on the road, against Phillip Rivers. I do think it will be an advantage for the 49ers to have Rivers in game 2 as opposed to game 1 because he hasn't played. And so I would imagine he's going to have a hard time bouncing back, after playing his first NFL game in 5 years. We'll see what he's got next week. But he played pretty well. I'll say this. I watched some of Seattle and Indianapolis, and Phillip Rivers looked pretty good. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. It's a final 37-24. 49ers get their 10th win of the season for the 5th time under Kyle Shanahan. They have reached 10 wins in a single season. And Kyle Shanahan wins on his birthday. All right, we're going to go into the locker room. We're going to talk to the players. We'll talk to Kyle. We'll be on the KMBR postgame show, and then we'll be on the Krug show on YouTube. Join us then. And go Niners. Thanks for supporting the Krug show on YouTube.